Hey guys, it's Torpid. And it's Blood Rain. Or Shakira at heart. I know some of you guys prefer the name Shakira at heart. Blood Rain, if you're watching this video, where the fuck did you get the name Shakira at heart from? What does that even mean? You just fucking going around life shaking your hips all about? Shaking your ass? I don't know. I thought Elvis Presley was the guy who was famous for shaking his hips. Or is that Shakira? What do you guys even think of Shakira? I don't even think she's that good looking. I don't get it. I'm not really a fan of Latin women though. No diss to Latin women, there's just not a lot of them in the UK, and I feel like attraction, if you want to know my philosophy on attraction, it's all related to who you're familiar with and your teenage experiences, especially that period from like 10 to 12 as a male, when you're still developing your sexuality and you're going from that prepubescent to pubescent phase. And you know, there just weren't any Latin girls in my sort of area in the north of England. So, you know, my experience of Latin girls is all them Colombian webcam girls with their fake ass asses. Fake ass asses. Ah! Yeah, they don't look good, man. I'm a big fan of fake tits. Fake boobs. Great. They look fantastic when they're done well by a professional. Not a Colombian doctor. But the fake asses, boy has that technology got somewhere to go. Oh my god, they look awful. Why you got a massive fucking bunda but no thighs? Doesn't make any sense. Anyway, yeah, so Shakira at heart versus Broodwitch playing as the war boss. I don't know who even sent me this in. So that guy who always comments about knowing who the winner is because they sent it in. Ha! You don't know who the winner is this time, do you? But you can still take a guess at it anyway. You got a 50-50 chance of being right. Fingers crossed. You're wrong. Hopefully this is a very topsy-turvy game. We'll see how it goes. So the shuriken is already out. Nice quick shuriken because Shakira at heart. Oh, Blood Rain. I'm still going to call him Blood Rain. Fuck Shakira, man. I don't want to give her any clout. She doesn't need it, old bitch. Blood Rain, he's actually gone for double gens, but only 2 opening Eldar units, so he gets double shuriken out really quickly. He's already got the first shuriken on the field, forces off the Wobus using it. It's repositioning into a good spot now, but the looter is out on the field, going to try and get onto the side of the shuriken and counter suppress it, but before Broodwitch knows it, there's going to be a second shuriken on the field to deal with. Good luck with that. Now, one thing that's cool about the looters is they can infiltrate. And Blood Rain at the moment, because he's got double shuriken, doesn't have any rangers, so it'll be interesting to see if he actually opts to get rangers as a 5th unit. They are very cheap, so I think he probably should. I don't know if he will though. But otherwise, infiltrating looters could be quite annoying. Slightly mistimed the grenade. Turns out it wasn't really necessary, but my god, if that landed clean, that would be beautiful. Is the other shuriken here? Yeah, it is. So that's going to deter the war boss. But the war boss can kind of see that it's set up on a dodgy angle because it's trying to deal with a looter as well. Oh, but the other shurikens turned around. God, shurikens are so annoying to deal with, aren't they? And look at that, here comes the rangers already. 5 units going to be out for the Eldar. Only 2 gens. Broodwitch, on the other hand, has 3 gens. Well, third one's constructing at the moment. What upgrades have we got? So we see double big shooters already. I must admit, I am a fan of the big shooter upgrade against Eldar over the shooter knobs. Just having more DPS and more range is really nice against Eldar. They're very fragile. You don't really want to trade with them that much because they do about as much damage as you do as the orcs. Nearly as much, not quite. But having the extra range means you don't have to trade with them and you can bleed them from out of the Guardian range and do very nicely. Looter's in a very funny position here, not really helping the poor shooters deal with this warlock. Shooters are just screaming, "Oi, looters, you gits! Turn that fancy big gun around and save our asses!" And they're just getting slapped by the warlock. Looters don't give a shit, man. They're focused on something. And then they just get grenade pulsed. But a bit of a... oh my goodness. I was just going to say, a huge miss micro from Blood Rain, who doesn't immediately set up his shuriken, and just as I say that, a huge miss micro from Brood Witch, who accidentally D-sets up his looter. Terrible. Terrible series of plays from both sides. Not really seen too much from the Banshees yet. Have they got any XP? Yeah, they got a little bit. They touched someone. Not like that, guys. Fuck's sake. Not like that. I know you'd like to be touched by a Banshee, but I don't need to know about it, okay? I already know. I'm in the know. You do not need to tell me what you'd like a Banshee to do to you in the bedroom in the comments below. But you can if you want to. You can if you want to. This is a free channel. You can talk about your kinks if you want to. We're a pro kink YouTube channel. But I don't need to know, okay? Alright, thank you. So the looters barely survived that one. Honestly, one more shot from the Rangers probably would have killed them. I'll be honest, I'm not really very keen on the composition the Brood Witch has at the moment. I don't really see many synergies. I don't really know what the Warboss is doing. He's got this charging armor, which is obviously a soft counter to the... Wow, that was risky. If the Banshees moved up here when he started the charge, oh, he'd have been fucked. So yeah, he's got this charging armor, which is obviously a soft counter to the shurikens, but man, this map, there's just tank traps everywhere. And if you guys don't know, tank traps in Dawn of War 2 are indestructible cover. So the Warboss will destroy most cover that he walks through. He can't destroy tank traps. So if he charges, you have to dodge all these fucking tank traps. And let's face it, most of the time the shuriken's going to be behind a tank trap because it's green cover. So then you're going to charge into it, you're going to get stuck, not knock it over, and then you're going to be point blank in the face of the shuriken, taking shitloads of damage and potentially dying. I don't like that war gear. I don't like it. I don't think it's very good on this map. Furthermore, it's got no synergies. You're just using the Warboss on his own. I don't think the Warboss is particularly good on his own, because he is vulnerable to suppression, unlike, you know, Brother Captain, unlike Chaos Lord, etc, etc. I think Boss Pole, blobbing up your shooters, upgrading them a little bit more, I think it'd be more effective. Give them the suppression resistance, give them a bit of a hope to deal with the shurikens a bit more. Now, what I will say while I've been ranting on about the the Warboss, is that these Slugger Boys have been very sneaky with the shooters, and he actually manages to cap Blood Rain's power and node it. Brilliant play by Brood Witch. Honestly, I don't really know how Blood Rain allowed that. He must have been focusing all of his attention up here. And fair play to Brood Witch, he actually got a nice split and a flank with the Warboss, so he did really well micro-wise there, fighting on two fronts at the same time. Now this puts Brood Witch in a great position in terms of power. But the thing is, both players are currently already in Tier 2, and the Eldar Tier 2 is, at its heart, very requisition intensive. Warp Spiders are already out in the field, they are a requisition intensive unit. Now they can't actually get their upgrades until they have some power, so this has definitely helped Brood Witch a lot. Brood Witch is floating shitloads of power now as well. There's no way he needs all this power. Requisition's going to be setting him back quite a lot. You know, it's never a bad thing to have the extra power though. I didn't realise how dominating Brood Witch is in terms of the VPs as well. He's playing this really well considering he has so few squads. But this one might be where things start to change. Warp Spiders are a great unit against Orcs. The high DPS that they can dish out can bleed boys really fast. And then you've obviously got your Haywire Grenades to help deal with those speedy War Trucks, which are really hard to pin down and kill normally, or to deter a Death Dread since they disable his melee weapons. Now, Warp Spiders will lose 1v1 against Shoot Boys in the open, but the thing is, Warp Spiders should never be fighting shooters in the open. They're a teleporting squad. Anytime they're caught out in the open, vulnerable to shooters, they teleport away. If they're going to engage the shooters, they need to teleport into green cover before they start the firefight. And that generally puts them on pretty even terms, but of course Warp Spiders have the mobility advantage. Warp Spiders do more DPS than shooters, but they have less HP. Nice kinetic pulse there, disrupting these Slugger Boys. Not like it would have mattered, you have layered shurikens anywhere here. Still not seeing that much from the Banshees. Banshees are actually naked at the moment, not even an aspect. Nice little special attack from the Weird Boy. Warboss gonna get a spider model. Bit of a funny situation there. I don't really know why the War Spiders were meleeing a weird boy. It seems unusual. I don't really know what's going on here. I mean, you've got a weird boy that looked like he was running into melee. Yeah, those naked banshees are dying very quickly now that the shoot boys are both fully upgraded. But Broodwitch is just pushed back into his base. He really needs a vehicle. Oh, he lost the looters at some point. I don't even know how that happened. What? How did he lose the looters? Okay, naked banshees do not want to be running into these slug boys. Suppressed and with ranged fire support or not. Shurikens, are you gonna like reposition? That was a pretty nice combo actually. Killed 3 shooter boys. Why? I don't understand what the Warboss is doing. Why is he just charging into shurikens from the front? Doesn't make any sense. Nice reaction on the ranges there from Blood Rain. Fleet-footed them cunts. Well, cunts. Fleet-footed that cunt away real quick. This is a lot of bleed for Broodwish right now. Oh, very nice hit from the weird boy there in that shuriken. What's this ability called? Crack Shot. Crack Shot's being used in the Water Spiders. Now this is a classic combination with the Water Spiders. Since they already do such huge DPS, you can use the Crack Shot Global from the Water Spider Exarch to make them do even more DPS and have greater range. Autark is risking going down! Oh my god, she might just die in retreat. Oh, this is where things change, boys. Wow, that was close. Autark falls. Once again, the Warboss is just going to face charge into the Shurikens. And you know what? Maybe persistence is key, and maybe the Warboss knows that, because this time, it actually works. Only to get cooked by the Warlock charging in on him. War Spider's nearly dying as well. Oh my god, what is going on? Okay, Broodwitch is getting a little bit... Sorry, not Broodwitch. Blood Rain is getting a little bit complacent now. He needs to just back off, relax, reform your position. Drop some gens, my man. He's been so focused on the combat up here, he hasn't replaced his gens. What would be really nice for Blood Rain right now would be to get a Wraithlord with a Shuriken Cannon, just put it in range stance and use it to counter initiate these crazy ass sluggers and Warboss. Wow, look at that! Warpath buffing the speed of the slugger boys to actually catch that Warlock then. They were moving so quick, they chased him for ages. I have to assume that Swampum was used as well to give him an extra +1 movement speed. Oh wow! Oh, look at that! Blood Rain only had one Webway gate. I assumed there was going to be another one in base, but there wasn't. He was using this forward Webway gate purely for the Warlocks. Wait. I just realised he's playing the Warlock. Why was I talking about Crackshot earlier? It can't have been Crackshot. What the fuck was it? I don't even know what that was. I thought they had Crackshot on them. Anyway, forget that. They didn't have Crackshot. He's playing as a Warlock. So yeah, he had a forward Webway gate. Another really odd Warboss charge. Really, the Warboss deserved to die there, but the crazy amount of HP regen from Spiky plus Angry Bits means he didn't. So he had a forward Webway gate, and that provides the AoE healing around it, because he wanted to hold this position for as long as possible. But he put the Shuriken inside it when the melee bum rush came, and he obviously forgot about it. And then the Webway gate was destroyed, and then there was a Shuriken there surrounded by sluggers and a Warboss with Power Claw. And it meant there was not a Shuriken there for very long at all. Blood Rain going in for a Gem Bash again. I mean, both of these players are pretty fucking power starved at this point. One gen each, but Broodwitch has managed to stockpile enough power to get an upgraded Death Dread out. Fully upgraded Warboss as well. You know what, I actually think that Stick Bombers would be pretty damn good right now. Use your choppers on the sluggers. Let's see how the Banshees fare against this. Yeah, they are going to have to back off from that. See, once they've dropped use your choppers, not only does it give them that damage buff, it buffs their melee skills, so Banshees are no longer able to get specials on them. And that's what Banshees rely on a lot of time to win their melee duels. You can see here, when the Water Spiders are caught out of cover and outnumbered by shooters, they get absolutely wrecked. And that's going to bleed Blood Rain quite a bit. Now there's going to be a counter push by pretty much all of the orcs. Ooh, how did the Death Dread lose so much HP? Oh, because of the Bright Lance, that's why. Looks like he's handled the Bright Lance relatively well, but wow. Blood Rain, throughout all this time, has had so many more VPs, while he had Broodwitch pinned in his base, that he's now massively ahead in VPs. Broodwitch really needs to just focus on VPs for a bit. Haha! Now the Wobbus is going to do his charge, but this time he's charging into a Bright Lance, not a Shuriken, so he's going to do a lot better. Actually using Ard Boys on the Wobbus, that was very weird. I don't know why he did that. It's a complete waste of red. Unfortunately he's got the red to waste, but there you go. Zap on retreating units is really good, because they obviously, you can't control retreating units, and it will still pass if they retreat nearby to anyone. Ooh, Rangers are running really far forward here, running into potentially sluggers. Beautiful vomit, oh wow. Gorgeous vomit from the Weird Boy into Warpath sluggers. They literally are on a Warpath, they are absolutely destroying things. Now the Warlock's risking going down. He's got his Fleet of Foot speed buff. Oh, I thought that was going to be a sick attack ground there, but it wasn't. Use your choppers coming out from the Weird Boy at this point. Wow. That is bold. Look at that. Basic Slugger Boys getting specials against the Banshees, even without their knob. Man, use your choppers is such a scary global. Blood Rain got really lucky that the Slugger Knob died so early into that fight, and still the Banshees only got out with one model. But yeah, Blood Rain's actually taking these engagements way worse than Broodwitch. There's a lot of bleed on both sides for sure, but Broodwitch seems to be tanking a lot of the damage on his single entities, which obviously don't bleed. Oh, is that going to be the kill? Oh, no way! 1 HP of the Death Dread. Oh, you're kidding me. That is so unlucky. I wonder if Rangers can sneak around and try and kill it. Well, not now, because they're forced off. I don't know if he would have actually been able to see whether it lived or not. He's going to be real unhappy watching the replay, seeing that they live with 1 HP. That's very unlucky. I think Broodwitch has got a great spot now, because the economy for Blood Rain has kind of stagnated ever since he did this crazy engagement here where he base left Broodwitch for ages, but then ended up losing so much because he overstayed his welcome. The game has sort of turned on its head. Broodwitch actually opting for Tank Busters, that is such a weird choice. He should know that he's bashed Blood Rain loads. I'd have just gone tier 3, fuck it. I don't know, I guess he obviously has the money and he wants to spend it, and he fears a vehicle, which is fairly rational. And the reason why he might not want to go tier 3 and then cancel it or buy the Tank Busters later is because he's down to under 100 VPs against Eldar, a notoriously fast and awkward race to deal with. It's still another capping unit. Barrage is still useful against the Bright Lance, so yeah, fine. It's fine. It's a hedged bet. We got Cloak of Shadows. Yeah. Big range damage resistance from the Cloak of Shadows. Ooh, God. Friendly fire from the Weird Boy. Into an Ethereal Slash. What was that? Who was that? Oh, that was Tank Busters. Who just went down. Well, the fucking Tank Busters didn't last long, did they? Jeez. Bright Lance is setting up. I don't know if it can fire over this pool. I feel like it can't. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it can't. Nope. For some reason this is a line of sight blocker. I don't know why. It just maps into Dawn 2, man. I guess it provides some symmetry with this. Certainly doesn't look like it'd be a line of sight blocker though. But here we go, we see the web brigades coming up now on the flanks of the map. And this is the problem when you're low on VPs against Eldar. Even if you win the fights, they just don't have to take fights. They can just run around you and hide. Oh, wow. Huge damage from the Death Dread and the Slugger Boys with huge choppers once again, wiping out the Banshees. The Wallbuster's really well there, gets in at just the perfect time to tie up that Bright Lance and save his Death Dread. Oh, clutch though from the Warlock, knocking him over there. Now the Warlock could die. It looks like the Warlock's dead. Yep. He brown bread. This is a really scrappy game. The fucking Haywires just can never finish off this Death Dread. Oh, now more bleed. Look, another 2 models gonna go down. Jesus, the Warboss might even wipe the squad. Is he gonna catch that? No. Yeah! Oh my god. That is so much bleed. Blood Rain's economy's just got wrecked. He needed to replace the gens sooner, so that he could get a Wraith Lord. The Wraith Lord would have changed this massively. And he should have actually had one out ages ago, but there's just too much bleed. This looks really awkward for Blood Rain now. He's fighting a tier 3 Orc. All he really needs to get out now, Brood Witch, is a... Well, to be honest, he could go for anything. He could go for fucking anything, it doesn't really matter. Water Spiders just don't do any DPS against Knobs. The Knobs will be able to tank for ages. Hard work. You go for a looted tank, you can bleed the Water Spiders. Hey, they killed the Death Dread, hooray. You could also go for Flash Gits, which with their Snaz guns would deal with the Water Spiders really well. Yeah. You can't even beat this army right now without any tier 3 madness. So I don't really know what Blood Rain's going to do. I mean, he's trying his best. He's doing this thing on the sidelines. It looks like the Rangers are bugged out and they're actually stuck in the Webway Gate, which is not very good. Are they? What's going on here? Hello? Rangers? Is that a visual? I don't know. Oh, there they are. No mercy from Brood Witch whatsoever. Fuck me. Clearly the Rangers were bugged there. No mercy at all, just wipes them regardless. Down to 40 VPs. I guess you can't really show mercy to Eldar. They're all cunts, aren't they? They don't deserve mercy. Commandos are on the way. That's another option that the Orcs have in tier 3. Didn't even mention that. Literally everything right now is going to just destroy Blood Rain. Just love the Daka, the Warp Spiders, when they're out of cover, and then just kill them with your shooting boys and your weird boy. And he snags the War Boss. And honestly, Blood Rain is being such an absolute pest right now on the VPs. I don't really know what Brood Witch is doing with his sluggers down here. He just needs to camp the fucking VPs right now. That has to be the priority. There is no concern about combat. The concern is losing on VPs. No energy for these War Spiders. I wonder if they can actually afford their Exarch. Yeah, they don't have their Exarch. You need the Exarch to get energy regen. He gives you like double energy regen. So without the Exarch in the squad, you're going to be teleporting way less often. Not very good when you've been hunted by Slugger Boys. Especially level 4 Slugger Boys. That's a special attack from the Weird Boy. Yeah, Warp Spider's running into melee with the Weird Boy. It's an interesting choice. I suppose much like the Autark bombing the Guardians. Yeah, shit, Guardians, you might as well just bomb them. There you go, that's going to be the game. Brood Witch secures it, has that triple cap in the end. Commandos didn't even need to do anything. But yeah, that was over a lot before that ending, really. I mean, look, Blood Rain did really well to bring him down to 34 VPs, but eventually he just ran out of that stopping power. His economy couldn't keep reinforcing these Warp Spiders. He's relying on the Warp Spiders for frontline combat way too often. They're a support unit at the end of the day. You need to suppress the enemy with your shurikens first, then you teleport in Warp Spiders and bleed the enemy. Or you tank with like your Banshees and your Autark and your Warlock. all who have all these range damage resistance buffs. Cloak of Shadows gives AoE range DR. Autark has the Scorpion Shield passive ability, which gives range DR around her all the time. And then the Banshees, obviously, when they fleet and they have the X-Arc, they take 50% less range damage. So you use them to get in on the shooters, then you teleport the Warp Spiders in. Blood Rain wasn't really doing that. The Warp Spiders just bled like shit. Obviously, this engagement here was just... it's too much. Like, he did really well. He was base locking Broodwitch for a bit, but he overstayed his welcome. He needed to just back off. Take these fortified positions here and just relax. Replace your gens, get a Wraithlord out. Instead he ended up bleeding shitloads of Warp Spiders for no reason. Then ended up losing a Shuriken squad. He just, yeah. It wasn't necessary, and unfortunately his economy just couldn't keep it up. Every engagement after that, he was just trading worse and worse and worse. And Broodwitch takes it in spite of that crazy situation he was in earlier on in the game. I mean, man, when you looked at him try and push this area like 3 times in a row and get sent back to his base, you'd have thought, fuck, there's no way he's getting out of this. But there you go, that's tenacity, guys. It pays off, and Broodwitch takes the game. That is all from your boy Torpid today. I ain't got nothing else to say other than Torpid out.